What an absolutely bumper month June has been for dividends. So hang around and you'll see how much money I have managed to pull in from 13 different payments across all of my different accounts. I will start with the smallest payment right up to the biggest payment because it was an absolute whopper. And I think several of you will have also picked up a nice little payment from that stock. Can you guess which one it was that paid me the most? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Mark of Desperately Seeking Fi. Let's take a jump across and see what the smallest payment was that I had, and that came from Glencore, the miner that has been going through a little bit of a bumpy patch. It has cut its dividend and it only paid me £5.71. We then have Pfizer, and this is one of the newer stocks that I've been buying into, and in the news it's been going through a little bit of a battle with Moderna over the COVID-19 drugs patents, and Pfizer has paid me £6.76. Next up we have a number of ETFs, so these all come in on one single day, and on the 14th of June I got 8 different ETFs paying me in total. So let's kick off, and we will start with VWRL, the Vanguard FTSE All World ETF, and that paid me a nice little £10.57. We then jump into VMID, the Vanguard FTSE 250 ETF, and that paid me £18.88 for the 50 shares that I hold of that. I am trying to decide whether or not is there going to be a point at which I actually sell out of the FTSE 250 ETF and potentially look to move into something slightly different. Then we have VHYL, so the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, and this one sits on an old Vanguard platform that I have, and it paid me £20.28, and that was for the 32 shares that I hold. Next up, for the 54.61 shares of VFEM, so this is that Vanguard Emerging Markets ETF, the one that I pay into every single day. I just trickle a little bit in. Why don't you go and have a quick look at a video that I've done in the past where I talk about my £10 per day challenge and show you how that has been progressing over the first 9 months that I was doing that. One of the two stocks that I hold, it looks very much at that sort of renewable energy side of things. This is the Renewable Infrastructure Group, or TRIG as we know by its ticker symbol, and I have just over 1,150 shares of TRIG. It is the stock that is most down in my portfolio at the moment. I'd love to hear which stock that is struggling the most within your portfolio and which one is down the most for you. But all in all, I was paid £21.52 from TRIG. We then have the Vanguard Developed Europe X UK ETF from Vanguard, which is known by the ticker symbol of VERX. Yet another one that goes into my £10 a day challenge to give me that European cover, and that paid me for the 34.5 shares that I have £23.10. And we can start to see the price is gradually growing and growing as we go through each one of these. I then have that good old monthly dividend payer, Realty Income, coming in with just over 170 shares of that, and that is paying me £29.62, almost enough to buy a new stock every single month. This is something that I'm going to consider doing, but maybe I have too much of a weighting on that individual stock allocation towards Realty Income at the moment. I'd love to hear how many shares of Realty Income you guys hold. S&P 500 has been on a bit of a rip recently, and I have 167 shares of that, and it paid me £34.21. Then the FTSE 100 ETF from Vanguard, it pays me a little bit of a better dividend yield, so for the 76 shares of that I got £42.63. Second largest payment that I got in the month of June was from the iShares UK Dividend ETF. I am really considering getting rid of this one. I'm probably going to set it at a limit order so that I sell out, and that might be in the near future, but it paid me £72.21. So that is, everything is doing particularly well. That is great. And even if I'd stopped at that point, I'd have had over £300 in dividends paid in the month of June. But way back at the start of June, I had Legal & General come in and pay me for the 850 shares. With the money that I've made from Legal & General, I have bought another 75 shares, but it came in at a whopping £124.36. This gave me an all-in-all total of £430.88. I'd love to hear how much you guys pulled in the month of June, but why don't you go and have a quick look at this video that talks about different types of ETFs that you could potentially buy into to reinvest some of your money if you haven't already done that so far. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.